May 2nd, 2011. Abbottabad, Pakistan. Two Black Hawk helicopters descend through the darkness toward a fortified compound. Inside are 23 of America's most elite warriors. Their target, Osama bin Laden, the world's most wanted terrorist. The mission is called Operation Neptune Spear. It's the culmination of a decade-long manhunt. One helicopter crashes on approach. The element of surprise is compromised. But the operators don't hesitate. They breach the compound, clear it room by room, neutralize threats, and within 40 minutes, bin Laden is dead. 0 American casualties. Mission accomplished. The team that pulled this off? SEAL Team 6, officially known as the Naval Special Warfare Development Group. This is the reality of the Navy SEALs, the most elite maritime special operations force on the planet. They operate in the shadows, conducting missions that most militaries couldn't even attempt. Counterterrorism, direct action, special reconnaissance, unconventional warfare. If it's high risk and mission critical, SEALs are on the call list. Welcome to Armed Insight. Today, we're going deep into the world of the U.S. Navy SEALs. Their history, their selection process, their training pipeline, their real-world operations, and what makes them different from every other special operations unit in the world. By the end of this video, you'll understand why becoming a SEAL is considered one of the hardest challenges in the military, and why these warriors have earned their legendary reputation. Let's dive in. The SEALs weren't always the global strike force they are today. Their roots go back to World War II. In 1943, the Navy created the Naval Combat Demolition Units, or NCDUs. Their job was to blow up beach obstacles ahead of amphibious landings. These men swam onto enemy beaches under fire, planted explosives, and cleared paths for invasion forces. It was suicide work. At Omaha Beach on D-Day, NCDU casualties were over 30%. After the war, these units evolved into Underwater Demolition Teams, or UDTS. They conducted beach reconnaissance, cleared obstacles, and supported amphibious operations in Korea and Vietnam. They were the Navy's Frogmen, experts in diving, demolitions, and maritime operations. Then came Vietnam. The Navy realized it needed a unit that could operate not just in the water, but on land, in rivers, jungles, and villages. In 1962, President John F. Kennedy authorized the creation of the SEALs, sea, air, and land. The name said it all. These operators would be versatile, adaptable, and capable of missions across all environments. SEAL Teams 1 and 2 were established. They deployed to Vietnam and conducted direct action raids, ambushes, prisoner snatches, and reconnaissance missions deep in enemy territory. They operated in the Mekong Delta, moving through rivers and swamps, hitting Viet Cong targets and disappearing before the enemy could respond. Their kill ratio was legendary, over 200 enemy combatants for every SEAL lost. After Vietnam, the SEALs adapted to new threats. Counterterrorism became a priority. SEAL Team 6 was formed in 1980 as the Navy's premier hostage rescue and counterterrorism unit. They trained for aircraft hijackings, embassy rescues, and maritime anti-terrorism operations. The Gulf War, Somalia, Bosnia, Iraq, Afghanistan. SEALs were there. But it was the war on terror that thrust them into the spotlight. High-value target raids, direct action missions against Al-Qaeda and ISIS, maritime interdiction, training partner forces. The operational tempo was relentless. SEALs became the tip of the spear in America's counterterrorism strategy. Today, there are 8 SEAL teams, plus the Elite Development Group, formerly known as SEAL Team 6. Over 2,500 active duty SEALs serving worldwide. They deploy to over 70 countries annually, conducting classified missions that the public will never know about. The mission has evolved. The standards have not. Becoming a SEAL is as hard today as it was 60 years ago. Maybe harder. So what does it take to become a Navy SEAL? The short answer, more than most people have. It starts with basic requirements. You must be a U.S. citizen between 17 and 28 years old, pass a background check, and meet the physical standards. But those are just the entry fees. The real test begins at Basic Underwater Demolition SEAL Training, or BUDS. BUDS is a 6-month selection course held in Coronado, California. It's designed to find men who refuse to quit under the most extreme physical and mental stress imaginable. The attrition rate is roughly 75%. 3 out of 4 candidates who start BUDS will not finish. The course is divided into 3 phases. First, conditioning. 7 weeks of constant physical training. Running, swimming, calisthenics, obstacle courses, and the infamous surf torture, where students sit in the freezing Pacific Ocean for extended periods. The purpose is simple: break the weak. The instructors don't care about your excuses. They care about performance under duress. The centerpiece of first phase is Hell Week, 5.5 days of continuous training with a maximum of 4 hours of sleep total. Students run over 200 miles, swim for miles in the open ocean, carry boats on their heads, complete evolutions in freezing water, and are pushed to the absolute edge of human endurance. It's not about physical strength. It's about mental toughness, the will to keep moving when your body is screaming to stop. More students quit during Hell Week than any other part of BUDS. There's a bell mounted on a post near the training area. If you ring that bell 3 times, you're done. You quit. No judgment, no shame. You just weren't ready. Some of the toughest athletes in the world have rung that bell. Phase 2 is diving. 8 weeks of combat diving training. Students learn to use open circuit and closed circuit rebreathers, conduct underwater navigation, and perform dive operations in various conditions. Drowning is a real risk. Pool competence tests involve instructors attacking students underwater, ripping off their masks, tying their hoses in knots, and seeing if they can problem solve while holding their breath. Panic means failure. Phase 3 is land warfare. 9 weeks of weapons training, small unit tactics, patrolling, rappelling, and demolitions. Students learn to shoot, move, communicate, and operate as a team. The final exercise is a full mission profile where students plan and execute a direct action raid. This is where they prove they can apply everything they've learned under stress. If you survive BUDS, you're not a SEAL yet. Next is parachute school. 3 weeks of learning military freefall. Then SEAL qualification training, or SQT. An additional 6 months of advanced tactics, close quarters battle, advanced weapons, language training, and mission planning. Only after completing SQT do students earn their Trident, the SEAL insignia. Eagle, Anchor, Trident, and Pistol. It represents air, sea, and land capability. Earning that Trident takes roughly 2.5 years from the day you enter the pipeline. And even then, you're still a new guy. You'll spend years with your team proving yourself before you're considered a seasoned operator. The point of this pipeline isn't just to create physically tough warriors, it's to create men who thrive in chaos, make decisions under pressure, and never quit, no matter what. So what do SEALs actually do? Let's look at some of their most significant missions. Operation Neptune Spear, 2011. We already covered the Bin Laden raid, but what made it possible was years of preparation. SEAL Team 6 trained on full-scale replicas of the compound. They rehearsed every movement, every contingency. When the helicopter crashed, they adapted instantly. That's the SEAL mindset. Plans are just a starting point. Adaptability wins. Operation Red Wings, 2005. A 4-man SEAL reconnaissance team was inserted into the mountains of Afghanistan to locate a high-value Taliban target. If this deep dive into the world of the SEALs gave you a new appreciation for these warriors, hit that like button and subscribe for more breakdowns of the units, tactics, and technology that keep America's military the most powerful on Earth. What should we cover next? Delta Force? Marine Raiders? The 75th Ranger Regiment? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. Until next time, stay informed, stay powerful.